The following is a production of CUTV Sports.
The California Vulcans are looking to bounce back from a tough loss on Saturday as they welcome the Golden Knights of Gannon University. Hello everyone, alongside Zach Lamar, I'm Creighton Rabs. We're delighted to have you with us for game number 19 of the 2013-2014 season. And Zach, take a look at the players to watch for both teams.
Yeah, we're going to start with California. We're going to go with a guy that doesn't score a lot of points, but he plays pretty well defensively. Josh Dombrowski, he had 6 points the last game, I believe. 2 big three-pointers. You see one right here against Seton Hill. And another one right here. You're going to have perfectly good defense. Gets the steal right there. That's something Dombrowski brings. But I think what's going to be most important to his game is he's one of those forwards that can step out behind the arc, drag some forwards with him that guard him. And forwards don't like playing out there. So I think that's something Dombrowski can bring to the team. And now I guess we're going to go to Gannon. We're going to look at Adam Blazek. He is a junior on the team. He is a leading scorer, 15.4 points per game. And this action is from the opening game of the season. Blazek just went off against the Vulcans, and he has most of the time in his career when he's played this team. You see right here a long, deep three. He had a couple of those that night. And that was Gannon's first game of the season, so he got off to a fast start. He's still keeping it up this season.
And it's worth noting, 2 weeks ago, Blazek was the PSIC West Player of the Week. He had a big jumper and a three-pointer in the Golden Knights win over IEP. As you see, California's starting lineup for the California Vulcans. It'll be Josh Dombrowski, the sophomore from Shenandoah Heights. Jake Jacobek, the sophomore from Struthers, Ohio. Drew Cook, the freshman out of Beaver Falls. Chris Williams, the senior out of Philadelphia. And Alonzo Murphy, the junior out of the Hill District of Pittsburgh. And taking a quick look at Gannon's starting lineup, it'll be junior Rafael Thomas Edwards, junior CJ Oldham, Adam Blazek, junior from Erie, went to Cathedral Prep, Jervon Smith and Darius Porter out of Stockbridge, Georgia. Is that close to your neck of the woods there, Zach?
A little bit. I'm not exactly sure how far away, but I'm sure he's probably glad he's not down in Georgia right now with all the chaos they went through. I know some of my family in the winter storm that hit Georgia, so I'm sure he's glad to be up here in the winter conditions of Pennsylvania. It's hard to say that for once.
Well, yeah, especially in Erie when it comes to their lake effect weather. And some of that weather having an impact on not so much in the PSAC today, but in the CIAA. 4 games rescheduled to later this week and next week because of the weather. Now it's hitting North Carolina. So it is going to be Thomas Edwards and for Gannon and Zoe Murphy with the tip-off. Your referees for today's game are Ron Tyberski, Albert Batista, and Christopher Cocagna. And California will control the tip, and we are underway from the Convocation Center as Drew Cook hands it over to Jackie Beck.
And something to note, Creighton, our graphics aren't working, so we will update you with the score in time when we can throughout the game.
And here is Zoe Murphy with a jumper, no good. Rebound by Thomas Edwards. And Blazek's going to bring it over to timeline. You see Thomas Edwards driving the lane, and he loses control, stolen by Jackie Beck. California, both teams getting back rather quickly. Cook thought about a three. Instead, he drives, kicks it over to Murphy, now over to Jackie Beck. Jackie Beck at the Williams, now back to Jackie Beck. Here's Cook. Dombrowski, Williams. Cook on the baseline, kicks it back out to Williams, now over to Jackie Beck. 10 seconds to shoot, 19:04 left to play. Now Jackie Beck, time's a kicking. Over to Cook, he's going to draw the foul. As he drives the lane, it looks like it's going to be on Blazek.
That's going to be Blazek's first foul, and It was good right here in this possession. You saw a lot of Drew Cook and a lot of Jake Jakubic. Drew Cook last game, he had 7 points in I think the first 5 minutes of the game. Jakubic, though, he did not score at all, so good to get him some early action.
And actually that foul is on C.J. Oldham, but it could have gone against either player. Nonetheless, Jakubic with a jumper, no good. Rebound right on his own. Murphy, we got a scramble for the ball, and it is controlled by Murphy. Murphy with a layup, no good. And he can't get the shot to go in. He gets another rebound, and it'll be an over-the-back foul on Rafael Thomas Edwards. That'll be his first, team second. So it looks like Alonzo Murphy. I'm sorry, that's going to be on Jabron Smith. A lot of bodies all over the court there. Zach, hard to tell who the foul is on, but nonetheless, it'll be a 2-shot foul here for Zoe Murphy.
He is a 63% foul shooter on the season. He had a lot of them in the game against Seton Hill, though, and he hits his first.
Vulcan's out to a 1-0 lead, 18:43 left in the first half. And the second shot is good, so Zoe Murphy gives the Vulcans a 2-0 lead, 18:42 left. Here is Blazek crossing the timeline. California going with a one-up man-to-man defense, it looks like. It's going to be Smith. Drives the lane, no good. Rebound is controlled by Gannon, and it looks like Thomas Edwards with the basket.
And that one might have been tipped in by a Cal player. It was hard to tell because there are so many Cal players around. Thomas Edwards didn't look like he got that much of a hand up there to put it in.
Well, that is who they credited the basket with, and nonetheless it is tied 2-2. Cook, jumper from the foul line, no good. Thomas Edwards with the rebound. There was no question about that.
And that shot right there from the free throw line, Drew Cook thought he had it as it went in, just hit the back of the rim.
Shot by Oldham is no good. Rebound is Darius Porter. Gives Gannon a 4-2 lead, 17:45 left. Jakubic over the timeline, sets the offense over to Drew Cook. Cook, back to Jakubic. Jakubic gets around a Gannon defender. Dombrowski inside to Murphy. Murphy drives, jumper, no good. It's the side of the rim, rebound by Blazek.
And Blazek going in there, he's not the tallest of players, 6 foot, almost as tall as Jakubic, as he's going to get fouled on this one, going to go to the free throw line.
Let's see what it's on. It's going to be on Alonzo Murphy. That is his first team foul for California, and it looks like it'll be a 2-shot foul here.
And Blazek going to the line. He's their leading scorer, 15.4 points per game. This will be his first opportunity for some points in this contest. He's an 89% free throw shooter on the year, so rarely does he miss.
And just like that, gets a friendly bounce. Blazek, the junior from Erie, went to Cathedral Prep. Very highly regarded athletic program up there in Erie, as Blazek sinks them both. 6-2 Gannon, 17:15 left in the first half. Jakubic over the timeline, over to Cook. Cook, Williams, Jakubic drives. Ball is tapped away by Blazek, but Williams able to control it. 18 seconds on the shot clock as Jakubic. Now over to Cook. Cook gets double teamed. Kicks it over to Jakubic. 8 seconds to shoot. Jakubic trying to find someone open. Here's Williams. Baseline stops. Deep 3 ball, no good. Air balls it. Rebound by Porter. There's Oldham. Over to Porter. Porter drives outside of the lane. It is no good. Rebound controlled by Chris Williams. Here comes the Vulcans heading the other way. 16:27 left. Williams, 3 ball, no good. Rebound by Thomas Edwards.
And Chris Williams on the season at 50% field goal shooter. He's about 41% from downtown, so he's missed his first couple of the game, and the Vulcans, they could easily find themselves down by about 6 or 7 points in this possession.
16:07 left, stolen by Cook. Over to Jakubic, 2-on-2. Jakubic with a jumper. It is good. Jake Jakubic gets the members bounce. Gannon still leading 6-4.
And that's the first 2 points Jakubic has had in about 45 minutes.
And there's a jumper by Gannon. Jabron Smith makes it 8-4 Gannon. 15:40 left as Jakubic gets it over the timeline. Over to Williams. Williams. Dombrowski. Jakubek. 3-ball. Bang! Jake Jakubek cuts the Gannon lead to 8-7. 15:25 left as Blazek kicks it out to Smith. Now Porter. Oldham. Back to Smith. Thomas Edwards drives. Looks like he might have taken some steps. Blocked by Zoe Murphy as we have a timeout on the court with 15:09 left.
And Creighton, the big thing is Jake Jakubek. He's getting involved early, like I said, in the first possession. 5 points already, 5 straight for the Vulcans. You see right here, this is the first two of his 5 points off the glass and in. That was the first points he had scored in about 45 minutes of game time action over the past 2 games. And then right there, you see the 3-ball from Jake Jakubek. 5 of the 7 points they've scored have been from Jakubek, and that one from Jabron Smith as he gets the bucket to go in. He has 2 points in the game, averaging about 6 on the year. And Creighton, I guess now is the best time we can take a look at our leading points, rebounds for the teams. I know California, our leading scorer for the Vulcans, Tyno Fortune, 11.8 points per game, and leading rebounder Alonzo Murphy with 5.9.
And for Gannon, Adam Blazek leading the way with 15.4 points per game. And the leading rebounder for Gannon, and we'll call that up in just 1 second, is Darius Porter, looks like, with 6.8 rebounds. It's a big game for Gannon. They are in a 4-way tie with IUP, Slippery Rock, and Mercyhurst in that order. Right now, if the playoffs were to start today, Gannon would have the tiebreaker advantage over IUP, and then it would be Slippery Rock in the 3-hole, Mercyhurst 4. So we want to welcome everybody watching us on America One. Well, always a pleasure to have you watching us online, wherever you are. As we're back to live action, and CJ Oldham able to hold on despite momentarily losing the handle. Still same starting 5 for both teams. Williams went for the steal. He tips it out of bounds. 14:59 left to play in a half. 6 seconds to shoot on the shot clock. Gannon clinging to an 8-7 lead early on.
And Chris Williams, we were talking about team leaders. Chris Williams is the leader in steals for the Vulcans, so he's getting his hands dirty in between the passing lanes.
2 seconds to shoot. Porter gets it in under the gun. Darius Porter with 4 points. Gannon leading 10-7.
And right there, Porter just came open off his defender as the part started to swarm the ball as the shot clock wound down.
Jakubek over to Dombrowski. Dombrowski, mid-range jumper, bang. That's the first points for Josh Dombrowski as it's a 10-9 Gannon lead. 14:30 left to play.
And our player to watch gets going a little bit early, has 2 points. His first shot in the last game was a 3-pointer.
And we have a whistle underneath. It looks like it's going to be on, I want to say it's Zoe Murphy. It is, in fact. That's his second, so we're going to see Kenny Smith enter the game. So 5 minutes into this contest, Alonzo Murphy drawing 2 quick fouls, so that could be costly for the Vulcans. And Porter kicks it out to Blazek. Gannon getting a fresh shot clock here. Now it's Smith. Over to Blazek. Blazek, long 2, no good. And a tip in right there by CJ Oldham.
It looked like Oldham was probably going to try and go for a dunk opportunity there, but the ball went a little bit too high, so he just tipped it off his fingertips, and it went in, luckily enough for a bounce for Gannon.
Whatever works if you're the Golden Knights, now leading 10-9. 13:55 left as Jakubek kicks it out to Dombrowski. They swing it around to Drew Cook. Dombrowski over to Chris Williams. Williams drives the lane. He loses control of the ball. It's controlled by Porter. Williams tried to swipe it away, but unable to do so as we have a foul against Gannon.
We're going to see where that foul is called on. I believe it's number 0. That's Rafael Thomas Edwards. That is his first of the game with 13:40 left, and the Golden Knights leading by 3.
As Rafael Edwards is going to take a seat for the Golden Knights. That is Rogerio Livramento, a senior out of Central Falls, Rhode Island, entering the game for the Golden Knights. And we have a foul underneath. Gannon head coach John T. Rowley, none too pleased with the call. That will be on Livermore his first. Team foul number 4, as we are going to now see Armin Marks enter the game for the first time as Chris Williams takes his seat. So
Armin Marks on the year has really been the sixth man, averaging 10.4 points per game. And he doesn't start a lot. He's that guy off the bench that can change the pace for the Vulcans and get some points on the board. But he only had 4 in the last contest against the Griffins of Seton Hill.
And we saw the game prior to that, Zach, who was very dominant against IUP. 13:20 left. Gannon 12, California 9. Here's Jackie Beck, kicks out to Cook. Cook, 3-ball, bang! We have a tie game. Drew Cook makes it a 12-12 game.
And Drew Cook, he's starting to get a lot more minutes offensively. He's also a defensive presence, hitting the big 3 right there.
Now we see Smith draws a foul. It'll be on Jackie Beck. That'll be his first. Third team foul for the Vulcans. Non-shooting foul. Gannon will inbound underneath.
We have 13 minutes left. We're looking on the replay here. Not exactly able to tell right there, but it was as Smith was spinning around, Jackie Beck was moving his feet and following him and gave him a little chest bump as Smith was turning around towards the basket.
So Gannon will get a fresh shot clock as it's Oldham. Jumper by Smith is no good. Rebound Armin Marks. He falls and he gets called for traveling.
And that's a rough call right there. Armin Marks doing everything he can to get the rebound, and you come down and you slip. Might be a wet spot on the floor that might have to be tended to. And you just get the travel call there, and Gannon gets a fresh shot clock.
That's a tough break for California. That is their second turnover of the game, as it'll be Oldham setting the offense up for Gannon. We have a 3-second call, looks like.
And not exactly sure what that hand motion is from the ref that we saw. Kind of looked like he was doing a tomahawk chop almost.
And you know about tomahawk chops down there in Atlanta, my friend.
Yeah, but nonetheless, California can get the ball back. First opportunity to take back a lead since it was 2-0, I believe.
That is 4 turnovers now for Gannon. There's Kenny Smith inside to Cook. Kicks it out to Jackie Beck. Jackie Beck over to Marks. 12-17 left to play as Cook thought about driving. He gets thwarted. 3-ball Dombrowski, no good. Rebound by C.J. Oldham. That did not even hit the net, but nonetheless, Gannon. Jumper there by Livermore, no good. Rebound Armin Marks. And here come the Vulcans. Marks, Cook, Dombrowski, back to Marks. Marks, closely guarded, now kicks it over to Jackie Beck. There's Marks. Jackie Beck thought about driving, but he gets thwarted there by Blazik. Stolen by Blazik. Here comes Gannon, 2-on-1. Blazik, jumper, good.
And Adam Blazik did that all by himself, coast to coast. He got his hand in the passing lanes, took it away, and it was 2-on-1, but he just took it himself, stopped his momentum, and was able to draw Jackie Beck off of him.
And with 11:15 left, Gannon retakes the lead, 14-12. Marks, 3-ball, no good. Rebound by Livermore. Blazik brings it back over to timeline. Livermore, Oldham inside now to Livermore. Livermore with a jumper, that is no good. Rebound goes out of bounds. Timeout on the court with 10:55 left to play. Gannon 14, California 12. This is California Vulcans basketball on CUTV Sports.
Watch CUTV online anytime, anywhere. Check out your favorite original programs, coverage of the biggest events on campus, and cheer on your Vulcan sports teams. CUTV. Log on. Tune in now. Visit cutv.calu.edu/live.
With 18 institutions, My Conference is the largest league across all NCAA classifications. With nearly 7,000 student athletes competing in 23 championships, My Conference sponsors the most championships in Division II. With a 78% academic success rate, My Conference graduates student athletes well above the national average. We compete with passion. We take pride in our efforts in the arena and in the classroom. The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Passion, pride, Pennsylvania.
And welcome back to the Convocation Center. Gannon leading California 14-12. And no, Gannon 6 for 15 from the field. California 4 for 14. Gannon out rebounding California by a wide margin, 13-6, as Gannon will inbound. 10:55 left in the first half. We are back to live action as Darius Porter gives it over to Jabs Newby entering the game for the first time.
We also see Brandon Emmett for Gannon. He's his first action, number 4 for the Golden Knights.
And there's Newby, kicks it over to Emmett. Emmett drives, gives it over to Oldham. Oldham, he tries to drive, but the California defense just suffocating. Double team on Porter by Cook and Smith. He's able to escape it now. There's a nice pass to Livramento. That is now 2 points for the senior. It is now 16-12, Gannon. And there's Cook. Tynell Fortune in the game for the first time today. He will reset the offense. 10:04 left to play in the first half. Deep jumper by Tynell Fortune is good.
The leading scorer for the last game for the Vulcans continues his pace here today, getting an early 2 from around the free throw line.
And there's Porter. Inside to Livramento, and we're going to have a turnover. It looked like, couldn't quite tell what it was from our vantage point, but nonetheless, California will have a chance to tie it. 9:45 left to play. Gannon leading 16-14. Here's Fortune. Over to Cook. Cook kicks it out now to Williams, now over to Marks. Fortune going to try and reset the offense. Gannon also going to the man-to-man. There's Cook. Inside to Kenny. Smith. Jumper's no good. Marks trying to get the rebound, and it goes right into Jab Newby's hands. Newby gets it over the timeline, over to Emmett. Emmett. Now over to Porter. Porter, the layup is good. 6 points now for the junior. It is now an 18-14 Gannon lead. 8:56 left.
And he's the leading scorer of any team with 6 points. Right behind him, Jake Jakubik of the Vulcans with 5.
There's Marks over to Fortune. Fortune, he's going to drive the lane, but he gets the ball stripped away by Newby. Got a scrum for the ball. It'll be looks like a, not sure if they're going to call a foul or looks like it is going to be a foul, Zach. Wait and see. Yes, it is.
See here, it's going to be on number 24, Rogerio Livramento. That is his second. And I thought you might have seen a jump ball possibility, maybe a timeout as well. But Tynell Fortune able to hold on to the ball. He's such a small player. We're going to see Dombrowski coming for Smith and going against Livramento, who is 6'6", almost a foot taller. Our rosters say he's 6'2", but I doubt Tynell Fortune is above 6 foot, how short he is.
That is a typo, actually. He's 5'10". So that mistake is on me. I got to fix that. But nonetheless, back to live action. 8:31 left. Marks is going to drive. He gets thwarted by Oldham. Now Dombrowski over to Fortune. Fortune. Cook. Back to Fortune. Fortune draws a double team, but is able to escape it as Porter backs off. Now Dombrowski open, long two, bang! Josh Dombrowski, 4 points, makes it 18-16 Gannon, 8:02 left.
And that's what I said before the game. Gannon has to respect that he can shoot the ball from deep, whether it be 3 or those long twos where he's standing on the line right outside the paint. He has to be respected for his game.
Now we see Oldham. Swings it around to Emmett. Emmett now inside to Porter. Porter kicks it out to Newby. Newby. Oldham inside to Porter. Porter draws a double team and able to get it in. Darius Porter using his 6'6" frame to his advantage.
The Vulcans still find themselves down by 4 with 7:30 left. They've been able to keep this a close game. Their offense hitting on all cylinders, unlike last game against Seton Hill where they shot about 28%.
They're shooting 35% at the moment, Zach, as Fortune going to reset the offense. Fortune again draws a double team and he kicks it out to Cook. Cook. Now it's Cook's turn to get double teamed. Back to Fortune. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Fortune's got to hurry, get the shot off. It is no good, but they're going to call a foul. Right as the shot clock expired. We have 7 minutes left in the first half.
And that's going to be on Brandon Emmett. As you see, he's the player on the floor. And we have 7 minutes left. That is our media timeout, so we'll look at some highlights in a minute. But Tynell Fortune getting that shot off in a hurry. I didn't think he was going to make the shot clock, but luckily enough for him, he was able to draw a foul.
Almost within a nanosecond. And as we see some of the highlights, you see Blazek starting to warm up a little bit. Oh, he's only got 4 points. That was a tip-in on Oldham. My bad. Here, now this one by Blazek is good.
Yeah, this is the one where he stole the ball away himself and stopped his momentum and able to put up the easy shot. And this, Jake Jakubik puts up a layup. We saw that one before as Jakubik has 5 points to lead all scorers for the Vulcans. And then right there, Josh Dombrowski, he is closely following Jakubik with 4 points of his own. He was our player to watch. And Creighton, it's a good time to look at the PSAC standings. I know this game, Gannon, you already said, in a 4-way tie. California fighting for playoff positioning. They are currently 7th in the division.
They are tied with Pitt Johnstown at 3 and 5 for the 6th spot. However, UPJ has a tiebreaker. Seton Hill's in there at 4 and 4. They're taking on Mercyhurst this evening. Edinburgh and Clarion picking up the rear. And you look at the East. East Stroudsburg at 8 and 0, 18 and 0 overall. They're 2 games clear of Bloomsburg, with Lockhaven and Westchester still at 5 and 3, tied for 3rd. Westchester has a tiebreaker edge over Lockhaven. Then you have Millersville and Kutztown tied for the 5th spot at 4 and 4. So things are getting mighty interesting in the East, which will and the PSAC semifinals and finals will be the highest remaining seed in the East, as Tynell Fortune hits the first foul shot. Fortune, a 82.7% foul shooter, the little man, junior out of Harlem, New York. And Vulcan's riding the T-train as it's a 2-point Gannon lead, 20-18, 7 minutes left.
And like I said, the Vulcans defense hasn't been able to come away with a lot of the takeaways they've had in some of the recent games, like against IUP or Seton Hill, but their offense is keeping them in this one.
There's Blazek, kicks it inside to Porter. Porter loses control, and here's Armin Marks, credited for the steal. 6:40 left. Marks thought about a 3. Instead, he drives baseline. Jumper is good. Armin Marks with his first points of the game.
And that's the move Armin Marks likes to go to, ride the baseline and pop out and get an easy layup for 2 points.
And now it'll be Emmett to reset the offense. 6:20 left. Tie game at 20. It's our 3rd tie of the game as the ball. Porter able to scoop up the loose ball for the layup. Gannon 22-20.
And Porter in double digits now. He scored 10 of the 22 Golden Knights points. If at any time he might exit the game, you want to see if Golden Knights offense might shut down.
And we have a whistle, foul away from the ball. And it looks like it's going to be on Porter. We'll wait and see for the official call. It is on Porter. That's his first, as we see Matthew Dogan, a freshman out of West Middlesex, entering the game for the first time. And right on cue, Zach, Porter takes a seat, as does Brandon Emmett. So Chris Williams will go to the line for a 1-and-1. And Blazek is back in the game along with Oldham, Thomas Edwards. Williams will hit the first foul shot. The senior out of Philadelphia, Glenside Bishop McDevitt High School.
And something to note, California only 3 team fouls with just under 6 minutes left at 5:58. Foul trouble not really proving to be a problem for them as Williams hits both.
And it looks like Williams is going to, no, I'm sorry, it's going to be Dombrowski taking the seat as Kenny Smith is back in the game. We're tied at 22, 5:58 left in the first half as Blazek controls the inbound for Gannon, excuse me. It'll be Thomas Edwards, Oldham, Blazek, Dogan, and Smith for Gannon. Smith drives, spinorama, Shot is no good. Foul. Looks like it'll be in the act of shooting. We'll see who it is on.
We're going to see the ref. And it looks like Tynell Fortune, I believe, as he put up 2 number ones. Usually you might see that on separate hands. You look at the foul right here. He was kind of trailing behind the play, so I wasn't able to see the foul right away as Smith will miss the first.
And that's the first foul shot he has missed this season. He had hit his first 17 foul shots of the year. And he splits the foul shot, so Gannon leading 23-22.
If Cal can make a bucket here, they'd have their first lead since 2-0.
So here is Jackie Beck. Jumper, no good. Kenny Smith pulls down a rebound. Shot is blocked and is controlled by Williams. Jackie Beck, 2 is good. And right on cue, California retakes the lead. It's 24-23, 5:11 left. It'll be Dogan. Kicks it out to Smith. 5 minutes remaining in the first half as Blazek thought about a 3 being closely guarded by Drew Cook. Inside to Thomas Edwards. Thomas Edwards with the jumper. It is good. 4 points for the junior out of Leicester, England. We're tied. Gannon now has the lead, 25-24. 4:44 left. Here's Marks. Over to Jackie Beck. Drew Cook now. He's going to drive the lane. And the jumper by Drew Cook, the freshman from Beaver Falls with 5 points.
And that was an amazing shot right there as Dogan will go down. Ball is going to be stolen away
and it's
by Cal U.
Yeah, it's controlled by Jackie Beck. Good call, Zach. Here we go again. 4:14 left. California with a 26-25 lead. We are approaching our final media timeout of the first half as Jackie Beck is going to kick it out to Armin Marks. Marks, 3 ball, no good. Rebound by Thomas Edwards.
And we are under the media timeout time, 3:55 left, so the next stoppage will take us to our next break.
And we have a foul as Blazek was driving. So we'll wait for what the official call is. We'll get it. It'll be a foul on Drew Cook, his first. 3:53 left, timeout on the court. California leading 26-25 over Gannon. This is Vulcan men's basketball on CUTV Sports.
NCAA Division II has much to cheer about, as nearly 100,000 student athletes compete with passion and pride. And I'm pleased to share the best news of all. Student athletes are outperforming the rest of the D2 student body in graduation rates. Just another reason why you'll hear us say with pride, I chose Division II. Learn more at d2sa.org.
Let's take it to the field. I come through like a freight train, about to push the line back. Only see the gold line, don't matter if your line stack. Because I'm a soldier, you can see my face paint. Know that I'ma get mine by knowing that the rest came. Ready for 'em, let's get it on. We ready for 'em, let's get it on. We ready for 'em, let's get it on. We ready for 'em, let's get it on.
Welcome back to Vulcan men's basketball on CUTV Sports and broadcasting live tonight on America 1. It'll be Adam Blazek will be at the line to shoot 2 after the foul by Drew Cook. So it's Blazek, the junior out of Erie, went to Cathedral Prep, will hit the first foul shot.
And he's an 89% free throw shooter, so I don't expect him to miss many throughout the game. You might see one in a total of about a 3-game span where he misses. He's very consistent at the line.
And right on cue, way to jinx it, Zach. We're tied at 26.
I will have to send my condolences to him. I'm sure he might have heard me, and he's probably pretty mad right now.
It's easy to do here, but nonetheless, Marks kicks it out to Drew Cook. 3:37 left. We're tied at 26. Cook over to Marks. Marks now He draws a bit of a double team. Nice screen there by the Gannon defense. Over to Jakubec now inside. He'll send it out. 5 seconds to shoot. Marks. That looks like that's who the ball was going to, but couldn't get to it. So a turnover. California. 3:20 left.
The game's still tied, though, so although the Vulcans didn't score in that possession, I think their defense has been playing decent enough. They've had a couple takeaways. They need to start getting a few more of those before their offense can start to rest, because you need some offensive production, but your defense needs to play a part too.
You certainly do, Zach. 4 steals by the Vulcans defense, offsetting a 9 for 23 shooting performance from the field as Thomas Edwards drives baseline, and we're going to have a foul on Kenny Smith. That's his first. So
you'll see right here, and you see he's trying to go for the ball. He gets all of the left, or the right forearm, excuse me, of Rafael Thomas Edwards. That's what's sending him to the line. That is the 6th Vulcan team foul, so one more that will send Gannon into the bonus. And Gannon, their earlier foul troubles, they only have 7 now too, so they've slowed it down a little bit.
And Thomas Edwards' first foul shot is good. 27-26 Gannon. Rafael Thomas Edwards, a junior from Leicester, England, transferred in from SUNY Buffalo. Sinks the second one. He now has 6 points on the game. It is 28-26 in favor of the Golden Knights. 3 minutes left to play in the first half as Jakubec gets it over the timeline, sets the offense. Now Cook, over to Williams. Now Marks. Gannon with aggressive man-to-man defense. Jakubec able to control it and hold on without drawing the travel. Now Marks is going to drive. He gets thwarted. 3 ball by Williams. It's no good, and it is controlled by Porter. Golden Knights coming back the other way. 2:32 left. And now Oldham. Oldham is going to drive the line. He's going to draw the offensive foul. That'll be Oldham's second. Good job there by Kenny Smith to draw the charge.
We'll have to see right here. I didn't think there would have been a charge on this one, but Kenny Smith gets his feet set right there. He comes in the last second, right before the restricted area, and gets Oldham to run into him and gives California the ball back with a chance to tie with 2:24 left.
And from when I was looking at the replay, I thought it was almost a bang-bang play, but nonetheless, we have a whistle on the court. Looks like it's going to be a foul away from the ball against Gannon. We'll see who it is on. It will be on Livermento. I'm sorry, Smith. My apologies. That's his second. So Smith. So it'll be Drew Cook. Will be at the line for the 1-and-1. And we're going to see Dogan re-enter the game for Gannon. Cook hits the first one. He now has 6 points on the game, and Smith is going to take a seat as Tynell Fortune's now about to re-enter. As Jakubec is going to get a breather. I believe this might be the first time Jakubec's had a break today.
And I think it's actually the second, because at one point Fortune was out there and Jakubec was not. But when we go to Drew Cook at the foul line, he hits both of them. He's had some struggles recently where he'll miss the front end of it and then hit the second. I think he's trying to remedy that and working with coaches on making his foul shot consistent. He's very productive from the line and from the field. He just needs to get a little bit more consistent.
He certainly proved that right there as he sinks them both. Here's Thomas Edwards, drives, unable to beat the double team. We're going to scrum for the ball. Thomas Edwards, we have a jump ball. Possession favors Gannon.
And right there, I'm surprised there was no timeout call, because the Gannon player was calling for timeout, but I think with the player that has the ball, they have to be the one to call a timeout, so timeout wasn't called there. And also, you saw a couple Cal players dive on Rafael Thomas Edwards as he's going to exit, so also surprised there's no foul called on that play.
Very fortunate break for the Vulcans as from our vantage point, that was a fair point, but it looked like it was no contact to draw foul. Here's Blazek with a jumper. It is good. Adam Blazek now with 7 points as Gannon retakes the lead, 30-29. We have a foul underneath. And Porter looked like he might have gotten poked in the scrum there. We'll wait and see what the what the call is.
I believe Williams is going to go to the line. The foul was on Porter.
Yes, it is.
So, but it looks like Porter might have taken the most damage there as Williams spun out of bounds, but Porter is holding his eye as he's getting up now, probably just poked by a flying fingers. We're going to see Avery Allman come into the game in the next opportunity. Not a name you call a lot, averaging 0.3 points and 0.7 rebounds, but he's going to get some action here as the Vulcans only have 8 players dressed for this game, I believe.
Yes, Chika Obi is out with an injury. And, of course, Zoe Murphy on the bench right now with 2 fouls. Here's Williams, sinks the first one. That is his 3rd point. All of them have come from the stripe. And here is Avery Allman, the freshman out of Manassas, Virginia. So Armin Marks is going to take a break. Marks with 2 points. Go ahead, Zach.
And not seeing Allman a lot this year, I'm excited to see what he brings to the team as Williams makes the next one. Whether he's a defensive presence, he can do it offensively as well. I'm tempted to see what he does in the next couple of possessions with 1:36 left.
And the game tied at 30 as the ball is now controlled by Dogan. Kicks it over to Blazik. Blazik over to Livermeno. Livermeno now out to Emmett. Now Dogan. Blazik thought about a 3. Instead, he sends it over to Porter. Porter's going to drive the lane. Draws a double team, and there is a foul. And it looks like it's going to be on Almond. We'll wait and see if the official call.
And it looks like it is going to be against Allman as we get clarification over the PA. 1:17 left. Porter going to go to the line. He's a 69% free throw shooter on the season, and that's the 7th team foul for the Vulcans. So now after that, Gannon going to be in the bonus 1-1 with 1:17 left.
And they're actually signaling it was a foul in the act of shooting. So Porter misses the first one, so he will get another one. The best Gannon can hope for right now is to split the foul shots here. 1:17 minute left in the first half. And Porter misses them both. Big rebound there by Chris Williams. Here comes the Vulcans. 72 seconds left as Tynell Fortune over to Kenny Marks. Marks, Almond, over inside to Cook now. Cook. Now here's Avery Allman, going to drive baseline, no good. Kenny Smith tipped it. It's controlled by Gannon. Here comes Blazek. Under a minute left in the first half. Tipped away by Williams and Tynell with the steal. Here's Allman. Allman drives and good. Avery Allman with a basket. Baseline jumper. A layup rather. It is 32-30 California. 37 seconds left in the first half.
And you can see the California bench applauding and up a standing ovation for Allman, a guy that doesn't play a lot. A team rallies around and always proud of their teammates, but especially for a guy that gets 2 points, only averaging about 0.3 on the year.
Here's Livermeno, beats the double team, kicks it out. Emmett, 3-ball, no good. Rebound by Livermeno, shot clock is off. 12.2 seconds left as Livermeno with a basket. Ties the game at 32. 6 seconds. Fortune drives, shot is no good. Blazek with a rebound, and he's going to weave through traffic. Shot off before time, after time expired. We are at halftime. Your score, Gannon 32, California 32. This is California Vulcans men's basketball on CUTV Sports. We'll have the second half coming up.
Need to know what's happening in your area? CUTV News Center brings you your best local news. Events on and around campus. Local weather. Vulcan sports coverage. CUTV News Center, live, Thursdays at 5.
And welcome back to the Convocation Center along with Zach Lamar and Creighton Rabs. It is halftime. California and Gannon tied at 32 as you see head coach Bill Brown. California 10 for 27 from the field. Gannon 13 for 23. Gannon is 6 for 10 from the foul line. Cal 10 for 10. Gannon with a 19 to 10 rebounding advantage. Cal though 5 steals to Gannon's 2. Leading to 9 turnovers for Gannon and 4 for California. Zach, let's look at some highlights.
Yeah, before we look at the highlights, like you said, 9 turnovers to 4. That's the big stat that stands out to me. Right here, Jake Jakubek, those are his first 2 points of the game, and an easy corner layup for him. He hit a 3 later in the contest. This is Josh Dombrowski, a deep 2, and he's our player to watch, and you got to respect his deep game that he has every night because he's such an offensive threat and defensive as well. And then there, Darius Porter, the leading scorer for Gannon at 10 points. Leading scorer overall between both teams, actually. And then Jake Jakubek, he had another long 2 right there as we're back to action.
And Jakubek will inbound. Over the timeline now to Williams. Drew Cook. Jakubek and Cook with 7 points each as Zoe Murphy out to Jakubek. Deep 2, bang! Jake Jakubek gives California a 34 to 32 lead. 9 points for the Struthers sharpshooter. Now Gannon, it's going to be Blazek. Blazek has 7 points on the game, and now here is Oldham. Oldham, the jumper shot is no good, and the rebound is going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Drew Cook, Gannon ball.
And Drew Cook did get his hand on it the last time. It looked like it hit off his wrist or the bottom of his hand, and California thought it was their ball, but from our viewpoint, we can clearly see the call there.
Yes, good call by the officials as Blazek will reset the offense. Oldham. Thomas Edwards now drives a lane. Shot is good, gets it over Zoe Murphy. And that is 8 points now for Rafael Thomas Edwards.
And Alonzo Murphy, you didn't see a lot of him in the first half because he was in foul trouble. He only has 2 points, but he also has 2 fouls, so have to monitor his playing time in the second half.
Murphy only playing the first 5 minutes of the first half, as Zach alluded to. So now Chris Williams to reset the offense. 18:43 left. Here's Jakubek. Over to Dombrowski. Jakubek. He's going to drive. Now he gets thwarted. California's been struggling to penetrate that perimeter as the shot goes out of bounds. Last touched by Williams, I do believe, but it will be Gannon ball with 18:28 left.
We'll look at the replay here. Jakubek almost hits this shot, just hits the front of the rim, and it does tip off Chris Williams' fingertips as he's guarding against CJ Oldham, who is boxing him out.
34 to 34. The 9th tie of the game. As Blazek with an off-target shot, and the ball will go out of bounds. Looks like California will get possession.
And it looks like it might have been out of bounds off of Rafael Thomas Edwards. You see the shot here a little wild. Looks like it might have been blocked by Jakubek towards the end, and Thomas Edwards touches it as the ball's out of bounds.
Yep, right, and they're saying that Cook got the block. But still, nonetheless, good defense there by California. It's now Dombrowski over to Williams. 2 minutes into the second half, and Murphy. And the ball goes out of bounds by Murphy. Gannon ball. I honestly thought a Gannon player might have touched it, but the referees were right there on it, so Golden Knights will get possession. We're still tied 34 to 34.
And it looked like at first glance Gannon did touch it, but after reviewing it looks like Alonzo Murphy just had it thrown out of his arms as he threw it down to the ground to dribble.
Here's Oldham. Murphy with the steals, manages to keep in bounds. Nimble footwork there by Zoe Murphy as Jakubek will reset the offense. They got some fancy footwork up there in the Hill District. And here's Cook, able to maintain possession. Jakubek, 3 ball, no good. Rebound by Darius Porter over to Blazek. Blazek, that's a 3 ball, bang. And that is where Adam Blazek can kill you from downtown. Gannon with a 37-34 lead. 17:05 left in regulation.
I think that's the first 3 Blazek has made all game, though, so California doing a good job of sealing off the perimeter and making Gannon work down inside.
That is correct, Zach, and it's also Gannon's first 3-ball of the game as Murphy over to Dombrowski. Over to Cook. Cook is going to drive the lane, and there's going to be a foul on the floor. It'll be against Jabron Smith. That'll be his first. Smith, the junior out of Nassau in the Bahamas. That is number 3 for Smith. Now Jackie Beck. We're going to have a foul away from the ball. And that'll be on, if that's on Smith, that is number 4. That is. So that's a costly foul there for Smith. He's going to have to take a seat.
Brandon Emmett is going to come into the game, and Smith with 3 points, Emmett with none. So I would doubt we see Jabron Smith for a very long time in this game. He was a starter, but 4 fouls, it's really going to cost you some playing time.
Absolutely, Zach, as Jackie Beck over to Cook. 16:32 left in regulation. So Murphy has the ball stolen by Blazik. Here come the Golden Knights, up by 3. Here's Emmett. Now over to Porter. Porter playing swing around. Emmett thought about a 3 instead. It goes off of Chris Williams' foot. Gannon somehow able to maintain possession. Here's Blazik. He's going to set back, reset the offense. 10 to shoot. Almost lost control of the ball there, but now 5 to shoot. Blazik, downtown bang! Another trifecta for Adam Blazik, and now it's 40-30 for Gannon with 15:50 left in regulation.
And we can see the stroke from Adam Blazik. He was right in our view, and that ball had no doubt that was going in. If the only doubt might have been if it had the distance, but it was perfect from beyond.
Williams from downtown bang! That's a 2 actually, but
2 for 22, Chris Williams.
so now it's 40-36 Gannon, 15:27 left. Here's Blazik. Thought about a 3, but instead goes inside over to Porter. Porter with the double team by Murphy and Dombrowski. Kicks it out to Thomas Edwards. Now out to Blazik. 8 seconds to shoot. 15:05 left in regulation. Here's Blazik. He's going to drive the lane. Kicks it out to Emmett. Emmett, 3-ball, short. Right into Dombrowski's hands. Here come the Vulcans. 14:55 left. Here's Jackie Beck. Gannon, 40. California, 36. Here's Cook. He gets double teamed. Ball goes out of bounds. Gannon will get the ball, and we have a timeout on the court with 14:41 left. Gannon leading California 40-36.
We'll look at some of the replays coming up right here. Rafael Thomas Edwards going against Alonzo Murphy. Just gets the ball over Alonzo Murphy's 6'8" frame. Able to get 2 more points. That's 8 for him in the game. And then Adam Blazik, his foot actually was almost on that line. He's lucky they didn't have to review that one. And he gets the 3 right there, a close call. And then right here, just a long downtown 3. Gonna step up near the NCAA logo. And we can see it from here. That ball, no doubt that one was gonna go in unless it might have hit off the front of the rim because they look absolutely pretty coming out of his hand.
Yeah, Blazik, a 41% shooter from beyond the arc. You see head coach Bill Brown talking to his charges, and even though we didn't have one this week because of the very cold weather, the campus was closed yesterday. Next week, we hope, weather permitting, we will have another edition of the Bill Brown Show, interviews with some of the players on the Vulcan squad, plus insight from the longtime head coach of the California Vulcans. That's the Bill Brown Show, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays here on CUTV, which you can watch live online. Visit us at cutv.calu.edu/live and check out our YouTube pages at CUTV Sports 1 and CUTV News Center. And I think we've covered everything except the kitchen sink as we come back to live action. Here is Brandon Emmett getting it over the timeline with Gannon holding a 40-36 lead. 14:30 left in regulation. Here's Porter. Blazik, 3-ball, no good. Rebound Dombrowski. Here's Drew Cook over the half-court line for the Vulcans. That's Williams. Now back to Drew Cook. Cook now with 7 points. Here's Jackie Beck. Cook. 3-ball from Cook is no good. Rebound by Blazik. Here come the Golden Knights. Blazik over to Porter. Inside to Thomas Edwards. The layup over Zoe Murphy is good. And that is 10 points now for Rafael Thomas Edwards.
Thomas Edwards, that one was just happened to go in because Alonzo Murphy was draped all over him. But through the pressure, he's able to get a kiss off the glass and in.
And there's Jackie Beck, kicks it out to Dombrowski, now over to Williams. Williams inside to Murphy. Murphy kicks it out to Dombrowski, now over to Cook. Inside to Williams. Murphy with a slam! So Murphy with his first points of the second half, 4 on the game. It is 42 to 38, California, Gannon rather, excuse me.
And that one was all set up due to the passing by California. Dombrowski was open for 3, found Drew Cook, then to Williams, down to Murphy, and found the easy bucket.
And Darius Porter now with a jump, with a layup, and it is now a 44-38 lead. 12:50 left in regulation. So Gannon answering right back every time California strikes. Here's Jackie Beck. Dombrowski inside to Murphy. Murphy, no good. Gets his own rebound, able to maintain possession and gets the basket. 6 points now from Zoe Murphy.
And Alonzo Murphy starting to come alive a little bit. He went on a little bit of a streak against Seton Hill as well in the second half where he scored the team's first 7 points. I'd like to see that again from him. If Cal, you can start playing defense, they're still right back in this one.
12-11 left in regulation. Gannon 44, California 40. Blazek, 3-ball, no good. Rebound by Chris Williams over to Jackie Beck. Here come the Vulcans, 12 minutes left. Big stretch here for California. Here's Drew Cook. Cook is going to drive and draw the foul. 11:52 left to play. It'll be on Adam Blazek, so we have a timeout on the court. Your score, Gannon 44, California 40. You are watching California Vulcans men's basketball on CUTV Sports.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to make a wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted.
We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
You are watching CUTV, California University Television.
And welcome back to the Convocation Center. Gannon currently with a 44-40 lead over California. And while we have this chance, Zach, we want to send a shout out to our crew. We have Damon Madsen and Kat Leverfinger running camera, Amanda Paquette, Jennifer Germano. I'll get it right one of these days, Jen, sorry. Of course, Gary Smith in our truck. And we're back to live action. Matt Hagee also with us today. Here's Murphy. Kicks it out to Dombrowski. Now Jackie Beck. Vulcans need Jackie Beck to get hot. He does have 9 points so far. Here's Cook over to Williams. Williams thought about going inside. Now goes to Murphy. Murphy with the easy layup. It's now a 44-42 Gannon lead with 11:24 left.
And Alonzo Murphy, like I said, he's starting to heat up. He has 6 points. 6 points in a row, I believe, for the Vulcans. He has 8 overall in the game, about to approach 10 points. If he can get some more rebounds, start to average near his season totals.
It's basically a 6-2 Zoe Murphy run over the last couple of minutes as we are at the 11-minute mark of the second half. Oldham over to Emmett. Emmett, deep three. Hits the front of the rim. Rebound by Blazik. So it's a fresh shot clock for Gannon.
Blazik happened to be in the right spot at the right time, though. That rebound hit off a few hands. And Emmett's shot, I'm ill-advised as he took it so far from downtown.
Now Blazik with a three. That rims in and out. Rebound by Zoe Murphy. So lucky break there for California as Jakubek kicks it out to Williams. Murphy now over to Drew Cook. Now Jakubek controlling it with 10:15 left. Gannon 44, California 42. Inside to Murphy. Murphy out to Dombrowski. Three ball, bang! Josh Dombrowski gives California the 45-44 lead. 10 minutes left in regulation.
And Josh Dombrowski was barely open on that one, but like I said, 4 seconds shoot a three as we have a foul on Jakubek. That's going to be his second, but back to Dombrowski. 7 points now in the game. That's his first three, shooting 40% from downtown this year. You have to respect his downtown game. That's where he lives as an offensive threat.
And that is the first team foul for California this half. Blazik over to Oldham. Now over to Thomas Edwards, deep two. That shot's no good. Rebound by Oldham. It nearly went in the, California nearly tipped it in, but that ball's gonna go off the California player. It'll be Gannon ball as Marks and Fortune re-enter the game.
And we'll see right here, that's a tough call to make. I'm not exactly sure. California was the last one to touch it. It looked like Rogerio Livramento might have gotten a foot on it before he started to chase it out of bounds, but we're back to action now. Gannon ball.
Yeah, it was a close call, but nonetheless, Thomas Edwards, the shot, it hits the wedged in the rim, but Tynell Fortune's going to get called for the foul. It's his second, team's second. So Rafael Thomas Edwards now will go to the line. The junior from Leicester, England, will have a chance to hit. It's his first trip to the foul line today. I'm sorry, no, he went 2 for 2 from the foul line. I was looking at the three-point column. So with 9:31 left, Thomas Edwards ties the game, 45-45.
I'm just curious, if there was no foul on that one, what would have happened if he just got it stuck on the side of the rim like that? What is technically the call on that one?
I believe it would be a turnover. But not, Thomas Edwards splits the foul shots. Murphy with a rebound. And Tynell Fortune's going to bring it up with court. Murphy now with 8 points and 6 rebounds. They can put him on double-double watch at this point as Marks. He's going to reset the offense. Gannon with the double team as now it's over to Jakubek inside to Murphy. Murphy gets around Thomas Edwards, and the shot is good. That's 10 points for the big guy from the Hill District.
I'm surprised that one almost popped out. Alonzo Murphy was ready and waiting, though. If that one happened to come out, he's just on fire this half. He's the leading scorer now for the Vulcans with 10.
And we have an offensive foul on Gannon. That will be on Darius Porter, his third, team's fourth.
And both teams right now really not in a whole lot of foul trouble, but the Vulcans are sitting a lot more pretty than the Golden Knights are with only 2 with 8:38 left.
Here's Fortune over to Murphy. Murphy gets double teamed, and he's going to get called for a travel. I honestly thought he was going to draw a foul, but nonetheless, Gannon will take possession. 8:31 left in regulation. California with the lead.
We'll see the replay here. Either he got called for a travel or maybe sending the ball through the net instead of over it. That might be the only suggestion I have as to why there was a turnover on that play.
Well, we saw the referee signal traveling as Thomas Edwards misses the dunk. And that is going to be a foul on Murphy. That's his third. So with 8:18 left,
You see right there, the behind the back, trying to go for the block. Thomas Edwards is a pretty good free throw shooter, but if it misses one here on his trip to the charity stripe, it's a good foul, I believe, for Alonzo Murphy, especially eliminating the dunk.
Absolutely, as Thomas Edwards hits the first. He is now at 12 points on the game. Dombrowski's going to take a seat as Kenny Smith enters the game. 8:18 left, California 47, Gannon 46. And we do apologize for not having graphics tonight as we've had some technical issues because of the cold weather as Thomas Edwards hits the second. It is now a tie game, 47-47, 8:09 left in regulation. Smith inside to Murphy. Murphy draws a double team, shot is no good. Rebound is controlled by Jackie Beck as Fortune drives. Kicks it out to Kenny Smith. Smith manages to get the shot off. It does not fall. Murphy cleans up the mess. 12 points.
I lost track of the ball on that one. You couldn't see it as we're going to get our third media timeout. And we see Kenny Smith just pleading to the fans to scream, get loud here. As you could hear on our far right side, I believe the Mon Mob might be in here a little bit as well, but people going crazy for Alonzo Murphy, the run he's been on. You see right here, Rafael Thomas Edwards, he's been pretty good down low for Gannon as well tonight, but it's the Alonzo Murphy show. You see right here, this might be the first dunk that any Cal players had all season. I've not seen any myself. Over break there might have been some.
My recollection is pretty hazy, but there you see the jumper there by Darius Porter. He's having a fine game for himself, has 12 points, 4 boards.
And it just seems like Alonzo Murphy's finding ways to score points in the oddest of ways. He'll get a rebound that no one expects him to. As you see right here, he puts up another shot and it goes in. He's just kissing the top of the glass, kind of like Tim Duncan does. I know you're a Tim Duncan fan, Crane. He's been doing that for this half of the game.
Right in my
wheelhouse. It's been working for him.
Yeah, there's Dombrowski with a 3 ball. So he now has 7 points. Yep. Here's Zoe Murphy again. They might as well call the Convocation Center the Zoe Zone. But nonetheless, everybody know our next broadcast will be at coverage of Saturday's game against Slippery Rock from Morrow Fieldhouse. Slippery Rock, by the way, in a close game with Clarion with 8 minutes left. It is Slippery Rock 63, Clarion 57 at Clarion's Tiffin Gymnasium. We're passing that along for the benefit of our America One audience, who we're always happy to have for all of our home games here on CUTV. As we're back to live action, Blazek one-on-one with Drew Cook. Gets it over the timeline. Blazek drives. Little nudge from Cook, but Blazek able to score. Ties the game at 49, 7:30 left.
Blazek now has 15 in the game. He's the leading scorer for either team. He's just under his season average.
Here's Fortune. They're going to call it a jump ball possession in favor of Gannon. I thought I saw the thumbs go up to signal a jump ball, but nonetheless, a turnover for California.
Whatever the call was, it is a turnover, like he says. 7:21 left, tied at 49. California can't start to get sloppy with their possession.
And they changed the possession arrow, so it was in fact a held ball. Gannon gets possession, so now the possession arrow will favor California. But nonetheless, here's Thomas Edwards, drives the lane. May have been blocked there by Murphy. California back the other way. Here's Marks. Now 7 minutes left. Sorry, go ahead, Zach.
You're fine right there. That one was blocked by Murphy. Thomas Edwards has been abusing him down low. Murphy not able to get his hands on one yet, but right there, gets the block, hits the rim, and gets his own rebound.
Here's Fortune, drives baseline, but he draws a foul. So Tynell Fortune will go to the line.
And I think that one's going to be on number 25. He's out of the game.
That's 5 fouls, yes indeed.
So 3 points and 5 fouls for Smith. He is fouled out of the game now.
And that's going to hurt Gannon's depth as Jabron Smith, not exactly one of his better nights, but Tynell Fortune, a good foul shooter, will have the chance to give California the lead. sinks the first one, 50-49 California. 6:48 left in regulation as the little man, Tynell Fortune from junior out of Harlem, New York, will get another one. Buries it.
And that's one thing California can look at, 83% on the year. Tynell is clearly their best free throw shooter. When he goes to the line, California can remain calm. He misses one every once in a while, but they know he has a good chance of giving them some free points.
Now here is Emmett. Over to Blazik. Blazik, long two. Shot's no good. Rebound by Murphy. That is, I believe, his 10th rebound, and it's stolen by Gannon. Inside to Oldham. And Thomas Edwards sends it in. We are tied 51-51. 6:17 left in regulation.
And right there, Murphy had the rebound, but he just lost it in his hands. And right there, almost another takeaway. Blazik got his hands in the passing lanes.
They actually credited Blazik with the offensive rebound as Murphy did not have control, so no turnover, but nonetheless, tie game. Cook, jumper, no good. Rebound, Thomas Edwards. And here come the Golden Knights. Tied at 51, 5:53 left. Here is Darius Porter, misses a layup, misses it again. The ball goes off of Oldham's face. We got a scrum for the ball, and it is California comes up with it. Here's Fortune. It is going to be a foul on a Darius Porter. What a sequence, Zach.
That was a miraculous sequence. I'm looking over there, and all of a sudden, Tynell comes out of the pile with the ball, and as he's going down the field, or the court, not the field, that's a different sport, but he's tripped up by Porter, and I thought Blazik could have come away with the steal, but that's the 6th-team foul for Gannon now, the one more, and California's in the bonus, and for Porter, that is his 4th foul, so he's one away from being ejected as well.
Well, he'll foul out, not ejected, just to clarify, but nonetheless, we're back to live action as Fortune, deep two, no good, and the rebound is controlled by Thomas Edwards.
And there again, it's just another game of pinball between all the players. It hits off so many hands, no one can control it. Someone's going to have to eventually come down with the rebound for one of these teams and start moving down the court.
And here's Emmett. He does not have a point in this game. 5:08 left to play in regulation. We are tied 51-51. Here's Blazik. Deep three, no good. Rebound by Chris Williams. And there's going to be a foul on C.J. Oldham. And Chris Williams will go to the line for the 1-and-1.
We have 4:59 left, and Chris Williams, he's a 65% foul shooter on the year. Blazik not been able to hit a lot of his threes lately. He's had somewhere to go in, just circle out. But Chris Williams, I'm anxious to see how many rebounds he has in the game because he's been a big rebounder. He has 6, as you're telling me now. He's going to go to the line and try and give his team the lead. He is the senior leader of this team. Bill Brown says he's their captain. It would be big right here if they can get the lead.
As a senior from Philadelphia, hits the first foul shot. That is 7 points for Chris Williams, the senior from Philadelphia. 5 of them coming from the charity stripe. He will have a chance to make it number 6, and he does. California 53, Gannon 51, 4:59 left in regulation. 13 ties and 8 lead changes in this game. This has been another classic. Blazik now controlling. He's going to drive. Cook on him like a glove. And the ball nearly stolen by by Murphy, rather. I saw the 2, thought it was 22, but it was 23 nonetheless. 10 to shoot, Emmett being guarded by Jakubec. 7 to shoot, Emmett's gonna drive. He can't get in, he can't penetrate the perimeter. 3 ball by Oldham, front of the rim. Rebound is gonna be controlled by Zoe Murphy. That is number 11 on the game for the Zoemaster. It is a double-double.
And you have to credit Chris Williams for that one, though, because he had the hustle. We're going to get a 5-second violation on offense, I believe.
I thought they might have signaled 10. I'm not sure, but it's a turnover nonetheless. Gannon is going to call a timeout with 4:07 left in regulation. We're going to keep it here as we are not quite at the media timeout point yet, but it is a timeout called by Gannon.
Going to be immediate timeout. And a reminder, if you're looking for a bank that provides...
And here's some replays.
Gonna look at some replays now. You see right there, Alonzo Murphy, he's been the player of the half. He has a double-double now. He has 12 points, 11 rebounds, and then Adam Blazik, he has 15 points of his own. And we're gonna see some more replays here. Rafael Thomas Edwards adds a dunk of his own. He missed one earlier too, so he's probably thinking redemption on that one. Alonzo Murphy put one in before in the game as well. And just a note here, so we don't mess up our director, they actually did call a media timeout. So I don't know if we'll have another media timeout in the game after this. We'll just keep it here. You see right there, Coach Bill Brown talking with his team. You see Murphy, Jacobin, Williams, Chika Obi, who's injured and not playing in this game.
And as you kind of alluded to, Zach, we are California Vulcans down to 9 healthy players. Did see Avery Almond in earlier in the game for a couple of minutes. And so he scored his first field goal of the season. He had went 1 for 2 from the foul line earlier this year. I can't remember in which game, but nonetheless, we have 4:07 left.
The only player for California that has not scored, that has played in this game, is Kenny Smith.
That's right, and updating the Slippery Rock Clarion game, so a real tight one up at Tippin Gym. Slippery Rock is leading Clarion 68-66. We'll have coverage of that game between Cal and Slippery Rock at Morrow Fieldhouse this coming Saturday as we're back to live action. Oldham now controlling. Blazik. Porter. Blazik drives. Jeeks out Chris Williams and gets the jumper. Now we're tied 53-53, 3:44 left in regulation.
This one might be one of those that comes down to the final shot of the game. It's just been so close, so many lead changes and ties throughout.
14 ties, 8 lead changes as Chris Williams over to Marks. Marks, 3-ball, bang! Armin Marks with a trifecta. I believe that's his first 3 of the game. California 56, Gannon 53, 3:17 left in regulation.
And Marks, you said that's his first 3 of the game. He has 5 points now.
And the nice spin move by Thomas Edwards is all for naught as the ball goes out of bounds. California will keep possession. Now we have a timeout on the court. 3:06 left to play. California 56, Gannon 53. This is California Vulcans men's basketball on CUTV Sports. Watch CUTV online anytime, anywhere. Check out your favorite original programs, coverage of the biggest events on campus, and cheer on your Vulcan sports teams. CUTV. Log on. Tune in now. Visit cutv.calu.edu/live.
With 18 institutions, my conference is the largest league across all NCAA classifications. With nearly 7,000 student athletes competing in 23 championships, my conference sponsors the most championships in Division II. With a 78% academic success rate, my conference graduates student athletes well above the national average. We compete with passion. We take pride in our efforts in the arena and in the classroom. The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Passion, pride, Pennsylvania.
And welcome back to the Convocation Center. 3:06 left. California leading Gannon 56-53. There's the 3-ball that gave California the lead by Armin Marks, a junior out of Louisville, Kentucky. And we're back to live action as Drew Cook. Cook over to Marks. Now Jacobek. Cook again. Trying to find an open Vulcan. He's got it over to Williams. Now to Marks. 13 to shoot on the shot clock. Here is Marks, drives the lane, and good! Armin Marks with a spectacular shot.
That was a miracle shot by Marks. I didn't expect that one to go in. Maybe hit off the front of the rim, but he's able to get it to go, and now he has 5 straight points for the Vulcans.
And now we have a traveling violation on Gannon. 2:24 left to play. It is California 58, Gannon 53. Gannon calls a timeout, 2:24 left in regulation. It's a 30-second timeout. And this is California's largest lead of the game.
And Gannon needs this timeout because you don't want the game to get too far out of your reach. I mean, you're only down by 5. You have about 2:20 left, but we're going to look at some of the replays. Armin Marks, a miraculous shot. This happens to get it to go in. Emma Mahadi had one in the women's game sort of like it. It's just one of those that you're going down, it just goes in. But Gannon can't let the momentum California has get into their mind because they have capable shooters of coming back in this one.
They sure do. We're passing along a final. Mercyhurst defeating Seton Hill 57-47. So the Lakers, who we will see here next Wednesday at the Convocation Center, keeping pace atop of the PSAC West. Slippery Rock still in a close game with Clarion. IUP pulling away from UPJ. So we are back to live action. 2:20 left in regulation. Marks, Jackie Beck. Vulcans need to get over the timeline in a hurry, and they do. Here's Cook. Baseline by Murphy. That is going to be a traveling violation.
I didn't see a travel there on the play. We'll look at the replay, I'm sure, if we're able to. But he's coming over with a smile on his face, looking like,
Yeah, it looks like he did.
Looks like he might have slid his foot a little bit. I was still kind of curious as to where the travel was on that play.
Well, I mean, you have to remember our angle is blocked, and the referees, to be fair, they're right on top of it. So it certainly looked, just by the body language, like it was a good call, as we have a foul. No, we have a timeout, I believe. Yes, it is a timeout. So that's a Gannon timeout, it looks like.
And how many timeouts does Gannon have left? They have 3 timeouts left.
No, they actually have one.
One timeout.
There was no timeout called in the first half, so Gannon had 4 timeouts coming into the second half. They are now down to 1. California still has all 4 timeouts left. And we'll quickly reset with 1:58 left in regulation. California leading 58-53. Gannon, 17 fouls, so California in the bonus. California playing very disciplined, only 3 team fouls this half. Possession arrow favors California. So, this could be a big win a big momentum win here for the Vulcans if they can hang on. And we're back to live action, 20 seconds to shoot. Oldham over to Blazik. Blazik's gonna drive, kicks it out to Emmett. Emmett steps out of bounds, it is California ball.
And Blazik's pass.
And we're actually gonna stand by. It looks like referees are discussing it.
They're saying it's Gannon ball now because the ball was tipped out of bounds. We'll have to see here in our replay. Blazik's pass.
I don't think so.
I didn't see that tipped at all, honestly. Emmett steps out of bounds with the ball as he has it, too.
Unless
so that's a questionable call.
Unless they're saying it glanced off the leg, as Blazik's 3 is no good. Rebound by Porter. We have a foul against California. Armin Marks, maybe the guilty party, does not look too pleased. No, it's on Chris Williams.
That's his first.
But getting back to that.
Foul 22, Chris Williams.
I don't know what the foul was there, but nonetheless, not shooting foul, so Gannon will get a fresh shot clock. Now we have a blocking foul on Murphy. That's his 4th.
And right now, California is getting into some team foul trouble. They have 5 team fouls. They're 1 away, really, from being in the bonus opportunities for Gannon.
They do have 1 foul to give, Zach, but Blazik inside now to Thomas Edwards. Denied by Murphy.
And Alonzo Murphy just gives the no, not in here in my house sign. And this really has been Alonzo Murphy's house tonight. As you'll see right here, the block just swats it away, and Thomas Edwards couldn't get around. And it was just a miraculous play by Murphy. There's 28 seconds on the shot clock left still.
And 1:33 left in regulation. California 58, Gannon 53. Emmett, 3-ball, bang! So Brandon Emmett with his first points of the game. It's now California 58, Gannon 56. California gets it over the timeline as Cook now sets the offense. 1:15 left in regulation. Murphy, Cook, Marks. Crowd's coming alive here at the Convocation Center. Jakubek over to Cook.
There's under a minute left now.
Now, 3-ball, Marks, bang! 10 points for Armin Marks.
That is his second three-pointer. There's going to be a timeout called by Gannon, it looks like. And this place has erupted, Crane. I haven't heard the Convocation Center get this loud since last year's senior day against Mercyhurst when Keith Lowe hit the game winner and the free throw to seal it against the Lakers.
And it is a timeout by California. 57 seconds left in regulation. What a clutch 3-ball there by Armin Marks, the junior from Louisville, Kentucky. Transferred in from James Madison, and well, all we have a chance at is now, there's a minute left, minute 13 left at Clarion. Slippery Rock hanging on for dear life. The Rock leading Clarion 70-68, so the Vulcans, they could face one very angry Slippery Rock team at Morrow Fieldhouse this Saturday.
That would not be good because California, they've not had a lot of success against Slippery Rock lately, but you saw IUP. They beat IUP at the KCAC for the first time this year. They're leading Gannon right now. California showing they can play with the top competition in the conference. Speaking of IUP, you have an update on their game too.
Yes, they're now leading UPJ 71-54 with about 7 minutes left. East Stroudsburg, the number 6 team in the country, leading Mansfield by a lot. So looks like East Stroudsburg and IUP were, well, at least East Stroudsburg remain the cream of the conference. 3-ball, no good by Blazek. Rebound, controlled by Murphy. Clutch board there by the Zomaster. And Jakubek trying to get over the timeline. He gets fouled by Brandon Emmett. And that ball comes over our direction, but
Brandon Emmett, his second personal.
Talk about a clutch rebound there by Alonzo Murphy. That's his 12th of the game, as Jake Jakubek, the Struthers sharpshooter, the sophomore from Ohio, will get a 1-and-1.
He's 77% on the year. He has to make the first to get another opportunity.
And he does. 37.2 seconds left. California 62, Gannon 56.
That's 10 points now for Jakubik. He had none in the game against Seton Hill. His presence here, undeniable what he means to his team.
And that is the first miss of the game for California. They are 15 for 16 from the foul line. Here is Emmett, draws a foul on Drew Cook. California does have a foul to give, though. It is a non-shooting foul, I believe.
And it is not a shooting foul. And Gannon just gonna get the ball. The shot clock does not matter though anymore. 29.6 seconds left, so Gannon, if they make a basket, they have to foul.
And here's Emmett. 26 seconds left. Emmett's gonna drive over to Blazek. Thomas Edwards, 3-ball, bang! 18.4 seconds left, and Gannon will call their final timeout with California leading 62-59.
And Thomas Edwards is basically Gannon's version of Josh Dombrowski with a little bit more offensive output. He has 18 points tonight. He's shooting a third of his shots fall from downtown. You'll see it right here. I thought Gannon was taking too much time, and then they went to Thomas Edwards. I'm thinking, oh boy, that's the wrong guy to go to, but he proved me wrong. I thought Emmett or Blazek should have been the guy that took the shot instead, but Blazek has been on a cold streak from downtown lately too. But Gannon's still only down by 3. They have to foul, and California is still in a 1-and-1 opportunity. So if they miss the first, it benefits Gannon still.
Yes, it does. And we'll reset the lineups quickly. California will have Jakubek, Cook, Marks, Williams, Murphy. Murphy with 4 fouls. For Gannon, Thomas Edwards, Oldham, Emmett, Blazek, and Porter. Porter, remember, is playing with 4 fouls. So this is a big sequence here for the Golden Knights. 18.4 seconds left. And this place just absolutely going off the charts loud here tonight.
And Cook is going to be the one to inbound it, so and Fortune's in the game now. Alonzo Murphy's out, so you got your best free throw shooter out there.
Yeah, good. That's a good call. Here's Marks. And Emmett is going to foul Marks, who is a 78% foul shooter. So that'll be team foul number 9. That's Emmett's third foul, so California, it's worth noting, they are 15 for 16 from the foul line, arguably their best performance from the charity stripe this season, as Marks will go to the line for the front end of a 1-and-1. And he misses it. Rebound by Thomas Edwards. Gannon's got to hurry. 13 seconds left.
They can run out the clock, though. They don't need Blazek for 3.
No good. Rebound, Emmett. Emmett. Going to be a foul.
That's actually a smart foul for California, because that's a 1-and-1. Gannon's going to have to give the ball back unless they rebound it, because they have to make the first and miss the second to be able to get the opportunity to tie it.
Absolutely right on the mark, Zach, and that is going to be on Drew Cook, his third. California will call timeout, 5 seconds left in regulation.
But it cannot be overstated that that might be the best move California could have made, because Gannon's still in the 1-and-1. If it was a double bonus, I might not think it was so smart, but that also precludes Gannon from being able to take a 3 and tie it. Now Gannon has to make the first, miss the second, or if they miss the second, foul immediately and hope someone misses. But that's still a double bonus then the next time Gannon fouls.
Yes, it is. And now we got, so now so, you know, it's like it's a strategy. A lot of coaches don't like it, but, you know, it could pay off here for California, or it could backfire, but that was the good percentage move there by Drew Cook. So, and also, worth noting that it's going to be Emmett to the foul line. He's an 80% foul shooter, so but a critical foul shot here with 5 seconds left. California leading 62-59.
If he misses the first, this game's over pretty much.
And he misses it! Clock runs! Oldham, 3-ball is short! Big dunk, kaboom! Vulcans win! California 62, Gannon 59.
And just like I said, if he misses the first, it's over. Gannon had an opportunity, Oldham had it, but he had his shot blocked. I don't remember who by, but California escapes with a big win against the Golden Knights and ruins their supremacy as the top team in the PSAC West.
And that is, you just run out of words. The foul shooting paying off for California, and that was just clutch performance all around. For Zach Lamar and our entire CUTV crew, I'm Creighton Rabs. Thank you for watching California Vulcans basketball. Once again, your final. California 62, Gannon 59.